Hello everybody and welcome to What's My Role? My name is Ben Marguliet and I'm your host and Dungeon Master. With me as always are our players Tom, Isaac, Nathan, and Hamish. And we're a D&D 5th edition actual play podcast recorded and produced in beautiful Hong Kong. Now this is our first ever episode, and in all honesty, the session you're about to hear ran a bit longer than expected at the table, so we decided to split it into 2 parts. And this is part 2. When we last left off in part 1, the Neighborhood Watch were in the middle of their first ever mission, stopping a trio of delinquent students from vandalizing Hallows High School. We find ourselves now outside of the school auditorium, with Mr. Hanks attempting to convince the bullies, led by Willow Crack, to put down their paint, while the rest of the Watch members wait around the corner. Initiative has been rolled. Will the Neighborhood Watch succeed? Can the bullies be stopped? Find out in part 2 of What's My Role? Episode 1.
So we're gonna kill them all, right?
What?
It's not what we discussed. Although we didn't discuss anything, really.
Yeah, we didn't discuss anything.
Let's just charge it.
We've also never done this before. Just immediately kill them all. Whoops. This is gonna look bad in my teacher's appraisal.
Yeah, seriously. If we end up killing 3 children.
Okay, so let me kind of set the kind of scene for everyone. You're on the side of a building of the school, what seems to be the main auditorium of the school. A bunch of them are holding kind of different paint brushes. There's paint cans, and they're approaching you in what you see is kind of a triangle of people standing about 5 feet from each other. Willow Crack in the center. On the right-hand side is Ryan Bonebreaker. On the left-hand side is Laura Domiel. You are 30 feet from Willow Crack, and the first to act in this initiative order is actually Willow. Willow Crack's gonna turn and just be like, "This is a bad move, Mr. Hanks. I don't know why you thought you would step up to us, but I'll tell you this, I never liked you." And then he's gonna take out a knife.
Oh, damn.
Behind his back, and he's gonna rush at you, and is going to make an attack against you. That is 14 to hit. That is 4 points of damage to you. As they cut you.
That would nearly kill me.
That is the end of Willow Crack's turn. As he takes out the knife and just kind of like slashes into you and just looks at you and says like, "It's not too late, man. You can just promise you won't tell anybody and run the hell away, okay?" Love it. Love it. Next up actually is between Fellerhana and Mr. Hanks. But I'm guessing because of the way it's going, I'm going to give this to Mr. Hanks to go first.
Sure.
Just because you're right up in the action, but go for it.
I believe I don't have any weapons.
That's right.
Yeah.
You have your unarmed attack if you wish.
Yeah.
Unless you got a weapon from the place, but you said you weren't going to roll up with weapons, right? Mm-hmm. Or was that what you were doing?
I believe that's what we decided. Yeah. Can I try to wrestle the knife away from...
Yes, that'd be athletics versus acrobatics. But you can also make an attack roll to try and grab the weapon if you want to try and do that as well. Whatever's better
probably
for you.
Attack roll.
Okay, go for it. Yeah, unarmed attack roll.
21.
21? Yeah, you manage to grab hold of the knife and you wrench it out of Willow's hands. Awesome.
Yeah, now give me this here, Willow.
No, Mr. Hanks, now! As you take the knife. No, Tom Hanks, don't steal my knife!
It's Mr. Hanks now. You got it right.
Cool. You have a bonus action and movement if you wish.
Can you attack on a bonus action?
No,
only movement.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna.
I'll see if something
You can
special.
choose to rage if you want. You can do that as a bonus action.
I'm gonna back up.
Okay, they're gonna get an unarmed attack at you with that. Yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. Do you want to do that? You weren't aware. Like, do you want to do that?
Because if you move away,
It's fair. I said what I said.
Yeah. They got another natural 14, so it's going to be an unarmed attack, so it's just going to be their strength modifier, so you take another 2 points of damage. You still have movement if you wish. You're right now at the corner, and behind you is Fellerhana. As you step away from Willow Crack, holding the knife in your hand and the light is actually moving as well as it moves back. What do you want to do? You still have some movement if you wish. You can keep going backwards if you want.
No, I'll stay where I am.
Cool. It is now Fellerhana's turn. So right in front of you, you see Tom Hanks stepping back, and you see a knife in their hands. And just around the corner, you can hear Willow Crack complaining.
All right. I'll move next to Tom Hanks to steady him.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. Good. As I'll say, this is Willow Crack, right?
Willow Crack, yeah, around the corner, yeah.
Okay, yep. Hand on him and just go, how dare you hit your betters, crack, as my voice changes, and I'm going to use Mind Sliver.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
So,
an intelligence saving throw?
Intelligence saving throw, which hopefully these guys are fucking dumb.
They got a 4.
Goody! So that is 1d6 psychic damage, 2 psychic damage, and 1d4 for the next saving throw they have to do. So I'm assuming it would be my eyes shift color, and then just there's a spurt of blood from her nose. It's just something
terrifying. It's like,
bleeds.
look, no!
So I'm like, what the
As you shatter a piece of Willow Crack's mind. Are you going to move at all as well? You moved a little bit, I'm going to say, to get in an angle to do that. So a little bit forward, but yeah.
Well, I'm moving next to him so I can see into the door.
Yeah.
But yeah, staying by him just so I know got his back as I'm presenting myself.
Next is Ryan Bonebreaker. Ryan Bonebreaker is going to look at Willow Crack, confused, no, and going into somewhat of a rage as they race forward. They don't have enough room, so they race forward to Willow Crack, and basically they seem to take this kind of defensive stance as they take out what appears to be a kind of like crowbar from behind their back as well. And that is their entire move. Because you shifted back, you've moved then, they can't physically get to you in that round.
That's right. You see?
Strategy.
Awesome. Next up is going to be Laura. Laura's going to do... Yeah. One of you was super stealthy.
I was not.
Other was not. I think that mouse is behind us. As Laura races forward to the same exact thing. They're all rushing forward to help out as Laura takes out what appears to be like a bat. Garrett and Tobin. Tobin, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I turn to Garrett and say, I guess it's our turn to make a stand.
What happened?
We stabbed Mr. Hanks.
What?
Let's get out of here!
I know. Usually I run from bullies. Take a deep breath. Go around the corner. How far away are they?
At this point, they're 55 feet away from you.
Oh, cool. So I just peek around the corner.
Yeah, they ran as far as they could in 30 feet away.
I'm still quite nervous. I peek around the corner, and I get a pinch of sand and rose petals out of my pocket.
Yeah.
I move my hand around, and I push my hands toward them, and I say, Sova! And I cast sleep on them.
Okay,
so
go for
let
it.
me roll 5d8.
Yeah. And what's the range on that?
90 feet.
Oh, yeah, you got them in your range.
24. So it starts with whoever has the highest. If it's lower than 24, they go to sleep, and then we subtract it.
That is awesome. One person goes to sleep. The rest do not.
Which one goes to sleep?
Ryan Bonebreaker goes to sleep in that instance as this flash of light appears and you hear this spell, and Ryan Bonebreaker just passes out and is unconscious. As the rest of them go, what the Ryan? Ryan's it's not time to go to sleep, dude. What are you doing? The rage that Ryan was in is also gone. Rage,
Oh,
right?
okay.
You have more movement if you wish.
I step back to the other side of the door and take a kind of a hidden spot. I'm still not brave enough to charge into
the frame.
into the bully's battle.
No problem. With that, I know you're trying to do this stealthily. Are you? You didn't say it. Were you?
Yeah. I'm
give
trying
me a
to
stealth
wanna
check
be able
for
to
this.
pop in and pop out. 10.
10. As you go back, because that's when they're hyper aware. Willow turns to Laura and she says, "There's people behind there. This is a setup. Mr. Hanks, you suck." As they're very much aware. It's Garrett's turn. Garrett.
So the closest bully is 55 feet away.
From you, 60 feet because
60
you're a little
feet.
bit back.
Okay. How far away say Mr. Hanks and
They
Hannah?
are an additional 15 feet for Mr. Hanks and 20 feet for Fellerhana.
Okay. I would, Garrett heard that Mr. Hanks got stabbed.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, Mr. Hanks, And I'd like to take the dash action.
Okay, yeah.
And he's just going to round the corner and just like start
Oh, heck yeah.
absolutely sprinting towards the light. He can see, Mr. Hanks holding this torch up, seeing this off in the distance, and he's going to dash
You have
towards
enough
them.
to get anywhere really you want, right? You have a speed of 60 or something? Or no, you have a...
So my base speed is 30 feet.
Oh, okay, so you can get 60 feet. So you can get right up to this group from behind them. You see leading the pack, kind of looking around, is Willow Crack. Laura on the left-hand side from where you're looking, and on the right-hand side, asleep on the ground, is this half-orc.
I want to, if possible, I'd like to skirt around them. And I want to get position myself to, eventually I want to get to Mr. Hanks.
Yeah, okay, you can get around. You're going to be closer to Laura, but I'm assuming you don't want to be like right in their threatened area unless you want to.
No, I want to run around them with my ultimate goal of getting towards Mr. Hanks.
Yeah, I got you. So you're about 10 feet away from Laura now. So you run, you race around, and you can see that there's a fenced off area to the side of the school, and you're just on the edge of that fencing now.
Okay.
Cool, yeah, awesome. We are back at the top of the round. It's Willow's turn. Willow is going to... Willow's going to look around. No knife. Oh, crap. No, this is terrible.
Just give it up, Willow.
Fuck you, Mr. Hanks. And is going to turn and say, Laura, wake up Brian. I got this. And it takes out what appears to be a scroll and opens up the scroll and reads out an incantation. And the incantation
Hang on, she can read?
Yeah.
Oh my god. You trained them too well. Hoist by your own petard.
I'm not the one that couldn't read. That was Ryan. Ryan can't read. I was pretty good at reading. I just thought your books were stupid.
You always had so much potential, Willow.
And also I was taught how to read this. So like
okay.
That's how it's consistent within the world. Fuck you. Reads out the incantation. And I have to roll for these. These skeletons rise up from within the dirt.
What?
Three skeletons arise surrounding the group.
Skeletons in a high school?
Anyone who's proficient in Arcana,
I am.
give me a Arcana check.
10.
12.
Okay, so both of you have roughly the same knowledge of this. This is forbidden magic. This is non-accessible to most people. This is shocking that you've seen this kind of summoning spell. It's also far too high of a level that they would like have access to normally.
Yeah.
Clearly Willow Crack was taught how to do it, so that's weird to you. This intrigues you, Tobin. You haven't seen this type of summoning spell. But yes, 3 skeletons appear surrounding the group basically. 2 facing Fellerhana and Mr. Hanks, and 1 facing Garrett. As Willow kind of turns, sorry, Mr. Hanks, and then fucking runs and is going to make an attempt to just barely athleticing over the fence, lands on the other side, but it does, they get to do their full movement as a result, and they run 30 feet, hopping the fence of the school off in the distance, shouting like, meet up at the normal place, as they run off. They are now 30 feet.
Is Ryan still on the ground?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It is now Mr. Hanks' turn. Mr. Hanks, what would you like to
Well,
do?
before I have an action, I just shout after them, you're going to clean this up one way or another. And then...
No, we're not!
I will have a word with your mother.
If I rage, does that take an action?
It's a bonus action. But you already... Did you not already?
I did
no,
not
you didn't.
yet.
It's a bonus action. You can do that before your action or after.
Okay, so I'm going to be so startled and overcome by the cut of my chest that unable to control myself, I find that I'm being overcome with rage.
Yeah. Cool. And for your action, what would you like to do? You have a knife in your hand, and you also have a torch lit, and in front of you are these 2 skeletons. You could do an unarmed attack if you want.
Well, can I have the knife in my hand and punch?
Yeah, that's fine with me. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna take your dagger and you attack. You got a 15 to hit as you're really punching with the dagger in your hand, skeleton in front of you. That hits for sure. Your damage, I don't think you roll for it. You just get auto damage because it's unarmed. What's your auto damage for it?
So it's 4 plus the rage damage, which would be 6?
Yeah, 6 damage. Heck yeah. As you like punch and you just like knock like the jaw of one of the skeletons off, as it just, you hear the clatter of bone on cobblestone.
Being angry.
That's
I will
awesome.
let go of your shoulder like, oh fuck.
Love it.
You remember this time when that kid didn't do the book report?
And now it is Fellerhana's turn.
Alrighty, with him just smacking that skeleton's jaw off. Oh god. I will quickly panic and default to my magic missile spell, so I'll trace my finger along in a straight line.
Ooh, yeah.
And this like blue aura just lines up as I'll then hold onto it and crack it, and then the shards of it go out as a magic missile to attack.
Cool.
Yes, so that's automatic hit. So for dart, I'll do 1 dart to each skeleton.
Oh, nice. So that's a D4 plus 1.
Yeah, D4 plus 1 force damage for each, and the third will go to. There's one more person who's still up, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I'll hit Laura.
Yeah, go for it. So roll your D4s.
So 3 damage for each of those.
Yeah.
So 3 through 3.
That's great. Okay, so yeah, these little missiles just go out in front of you, and you're like as they impact, and just hit every single enemy aside from Ryan, who's asleep on the ground. Ryan is asleep on the ground and is not going to do anything in this at this moment. It's like dreaming of being a bully.
Sleeps.
Shh, dude. He his arm lashes out. Oh, he's dreaming of bullying.
I want to give a token of inspiration to Tom Hanks for the way you tried to negotiate this
Teacher
earlier.
of the Year.
Yeah, it goes to a pool of inspiration tokens, and any player can use that to roll inspiration. So when one player earns it, it goes to the whole party. It is now the skeletons' turn. As they are following their last order, they are going to charge forward and attack the 3 that they're engaged with. So first Falarhana, then Tom Hanks, and then Garrett. They're all engaged in combat with you.
Shivering in the corner.
Okay, against Falarhana, that is a... You see as they come up with little short swords in their hands as they run forward to you. That is a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
They have swords?
That is, they were summoned. Then against Tom Hanks, that is a 14 to hit.
Yeah.
And then against Garrett, that is a 13 to hit.
Miss.
Cool. So for you two, let's roll this.
Armor. That's useful.
Mr. G's armor.
Gotta get me one of them.
That is 7 points of damage to you, Falarhana.
I am down.
Oh, dang. And that is 5 points halved. 5 points halved. That is 2. So you take 2 points of slashing damage. As they slash out, one just really cuts right into you, and you just take that and you fall down, knocked unconscious. And also Garrett, as they try and slash at you, it like ping as it goes off of your armor, does not connect. Laura's gonna take her action to straight up. She's not going to do this well. She's going to kick aggressively at Ryan. He's going to take damage from it as she shouts. He takes 2 points of damage as she says, "Get up!" And then is going to take her action. She had to move 5 feet to do that. Turns to Ryan and says, "You need it! We're running! We're going to meet at the usual place!" As she races forward to meet up with Willow. She's just going to try and make it over the fence. Let's see if she does. Yeah, with a natural 19, she makes it over. It is now Tobin's turn. Tobin, what would you like to do?
I see my sister Hana fall to the ground, across the way, and I start getting panicky. Do I know from my experience with magic if summoning spells take concentration?
They normally would. This is a scroll summoning them. So yes, there's a distance involved, so eventually they'll probably fade, but you'd have to stop the concentration from the caster, which is Willowcrack.
And
who's
Willow's
running
quite
off.
far. How far?
At this point from you, it was 60 plus 30, so we're talking 90 feet, roughly. There's a little bit of give there.
I mean, my main worry is my sister, but I know if the skeletons are still around her, I won't have any luck of getting close by. So I'm going to step out from my doorway. I'm going to get Willowcrack in my eyesight.
Yeah.
I'm going to move my hands into a fist. Flames start to form into it. And kind of Hadouken style, I'm going to push and say, Eldpile! And shoot a firebolt at him.
At Willow?
Yep.
Okay, I love it. Let's go for it. Roll it.
Natural 20.
Oh, baby.
Natural 20. Oh my god, I love it. Go
Go
for it. Roll damage, my man.
So it's
God,
double,
I hope I don't
Yeah,
kill him.
double
God.
damage dice.
9 damage.
9 damage.
Nice.
They are still up, but they're gonna have to do a concentration save. Let's just see. They made it with the 10. Unfortunately, they got a natural 10 on the maintaining, so the skeletons are still there.
Okay, I'm going to get a little bit closer, but
That was a really sick amount of damage.
I'm gonna try to be quite sneaky to not alert the skeletons that I'm coming.
Okay.
Try to get close as I can. I would imagine
You
that.
have 30 feet, right?
Yes. I would imagine. No, 25.
25.
I would
Okay.
imagine prepping for this neighborhood watch association. We might have stocked up on a healing potion or something
Yeah, I think it is reasonable to assume that you all have 1 potion of healing, I would say. Roll a stealth check for me to see if you manage it. 13. Awesome. You seem to be part of the shadows as you're moving forward. No one seems to notice you. It is the top of the round, and Willow is, you can see in the distance, like, ow! As I get hit. Oh, sorry, Garrett, of course. Yes.
That's right. Everyone forgets about me all the time.
Oh, no.
Okay, so Garrett's face to face with one of these skeletons,
Yeah.
and, kind of chinked off the arm, like, and he to draw a weapon. What kind of is that? Like, what kind of action is that?
We're to draw as a freebie. For
Okay,
this,
so
yeah.
he reaches into like a little pouch there, and he just pulls
Yeah.
out a small dagger that usually he would use for work and things like that. As he pulls it out, there's almost like a little mechanism. He presses a button on there, and a little thing kind of goes, and it. There's something like a little object on this dagger, and he kind of and he slashes towards this skeleton with the dagger. It's a natural 19.
Natural 19 hits,
Nice.
yeah, for sure.
And as he hits it, it's gonna do max damage on the dagger. That's gonna be 6 points.
Ooh, it is not looking good as you literally lop off a piece of the side of it. Its rib cage is just like crumbling down.
And as that happens, as the knife strikes true, this little disc object that had like appeared on the blade affixes itself to the skeleton. And he's never been in a situation like this before. Is there a space behind him, like to get towards the fence or something?
You are next to the fence. Is
like
where
right
you're-
up against
Yeah, you're
it?
right up against it, yeah.
Okay, well, he'd like to back up away from the skeleton, back
Sure.
towards where Mr. Hanks is.
Cool, yeah. You can get pretty far. You're gonna get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
He's scared. This is
Yeah.
a skeleton, magic skeleton.
I thought you meant the
Skeleton got
skeleton was scared.
a 7 to a hit.
No, misses.
Misses. You can get all the way to Fellerhana and Mr. Hanks if you wish.
Yeah. I back all the way
Yeah,
up.
yeah. As you back away
Garrett.
from it. Love it.
Mr. Hanks, you okay?
I'm hanging in there, Garrett, but Hannah's down.
Oh man,
my sister.
What?
And you hear in the distance Willowcock racing forward using their dash. They are getting much, much farther away than they would. It's Mr. Hanks' turn.
Is there anything I can do to help Hannah?
Yes, you could use your action to administer a potion, or you can try a medicine check to help stall the, to stabilize. If you give the potion, Hannah will come up immediately back into the fight.
What about the medicine?
The medicine would be an action, and at most you would stabilize them. If you get a nat 20,
Okay,
they come back.
I'll go with the potion then.
Okay. So yeah, you use your action, you pop open that potion and administer it. You're right next to her. You're 5 feet away, so it's very easy for you to do that. And you come back with 2d4 plus 2.
Do I roll or you?
You roll.
Yeah.
4 and a 2.
I am supercharged.
8 health as you come back.
That's more than you're allowed to.
Yep.
Okay, it is Fellerhana's turn. You just woke up. You're prone on the ground as you see Tom Hanks kind of administering this potion to you and kind of standing up, ready to.
The gift of life.
Well, thank you. I am going to wreck some shit. For me, it will be just bring up and another. The skeletons, how are they looking at the moment? It's two
They are
skeletons.
not looking good. The one closest to you, I will say, is the strongest of them, but they're all looking really rough. They've been hit a number of times. The one that did the big attack against you is the strongest of them all, and doesn't look two-faced. Or the rest look like they're on their last legs.
Okay. Question: would I be able to mind sliver it? I'm assuming so.
Ooh, yeah, possibly. Is there a requirement? on Mind Sliver?
Looking
What
at
does
it,
say?
Psychic energy into the mind.
It doesn't need to understand anything.
Nope.
Any base intelligence?
Doesn't say so.
Go for it then. Yeah.
Yep. So intelligence saving throw for it.
You wouldn't be surprised that skeletons don't have the greatest intelligence. It got a 13. I got a natural 15. It has a -2 to intelligence. I'll say that right up.
Alrighty.
Did it make it?
It does make it. Unfortunately.
What?
Damn it.
It's a single-minded skeleton.
So it made it so nothing happens to
Okay.
it.
Cool.
That's fine.
You can use your movement to stand up if you wish, so you're not prone.
Yes, I'll get back up, ready to go down again.
You can move still if you want and do a bonus action if you wish. It's up to you. You have half of your movement left.
I'll stay where I am because it's gonna Actually, no. I will try to move away from it.
Cool.
It might kill me still. But
Yeah, it might attack you. As you do that, you stand up, you cast your spell, Mind Sliver. It doesn't seem to have the effect that you wish for it to have, as the skeleton just kind of mindlessly looks at you. As you take a step back, it's going to make an attack against you. It got a natural 12, so it got a 16 to hit, and it's going to do damage again.
Level 1.
Yeah. It deals 4 points of damage as it pierces towards you. As you step back,
weak.
I am so squishy.
I believe you have
That's
10
very
feet. You have 10 feet more of movement. You're away from its melee right now, immediate attack, but you can move a little bit more if you wish.
Yeah, moving even more.
Run
back.
away, Hannah.
Cool. As you move back, you see Garrett. You're moving behind Garrett. Now Garrett's in between you, roughly. Garrett's not directly in between, but you're
Tagging.
placed and a little to the side. It's Ryan's turn. Ryan stands up, looks at all of you, and is just going to run point blank as far away as possible. As he leaps and vaults over, those of you with dark vision and can see like in the distance, you can see he's just like giving you the finger as he's like racing forward.
Kill him.
45 feet to join his friends. As he goes like, "You're all gonna die. I don't care. I want to live forever." As he runs off in the distance.
Not even God himself could kill me.
And it is the skeleton's turn, and one is going to race forward to Garrett.
Which
One's
one?
going to race the one that was doing the most damage, that was attacking Fellerhana. As like that pat, it kind of sees you, Garrett, and it races forward to attack you. The other one's going to attack Tom Hanks, and then the third one, it's going to attack Garrett as well.
That one that I slashed at,
Yeah.
as it takes its first step, the little device that's on it kind of like
Ooh.
explodes a little bit.
Artificer.
Booming blade.
Oh,
So
so
it's going
cool.
to take some additional thunder damage.
Go for it.
2 points of thunder damage.
Hey man, for this skeleton, as it steps forward and it like turns to you and it doesn't notice Tobin behind, it takes a step and then it explodes. As it like explodes into shards and pieces, it is down and gone.
Better boy, Garrett.
So good. I love it. Cool. That just leaves the first skeleton, the second one attacking Garrett and Tom Hanks. Attacking Garrett, that is a 7 to hit.
No.
And attacking Tom Hanks.
This armor thing.
That is a 21 to hit.
Damn it. That's a miss.
Yeah. You're raging still, correct?
Yeah.
That is 7 points halved to 3.
Oh, good.
Still alive.
Yeah, as it hacks at you.
That's how barbarians do.
Oh, God, that hurts.
You hear in the distance more running off as they're like laughing and cheering. It's now Tobin's turn. Tobin, what would you like to do?
Seeing that my sister keeps getting slashed at and she was knocked unconscious, I'm kind of in a terror of fits of nervousness. I don't think I've ever really used magic to hurt people.
Except for when you just attacked Willowcrack.
Right, except when I just attacked
Gotcha,
Willowcrack
yeah.
out of fury and fear that I just lost my sister. So
Ride the
in
wave.
protecting her, I used one of the spells that she once taught me, knowing that I didn't want to hurt anybody, but she said there would be a day when I would need to protect myself or herself. So once again, wave my hands and Hadouken, a Eldpile, a firebolt at the skeleton closest to my sister Hannah.
Yeah, that's number 1. Go for it.
Natural 20.
Oh my
baby,
god.
this guy.
Those dice.
Yep.
Literally. Fireball.
Don't mess with my sister. 13 damage.
Bam.
At that moment, the fire erupts from your hands. I'm going to give you one other thing as it does that. As it erupts from your hands, it illuminates the kind of artwork, the vandalism that was there. And you can see one of the markings on the side of the wall is the outline of a hand in gray paint. But it seems to have a slash across it in what appears to be black paint. That illuminates, but you're only focused in that moment on saving your sister's life, and this another explosion of fire. The next skeleton is totally destroyed. Perfect.
And then I take a few steps back,
Oh yeah.
slightly terrified with the power that I've just shown.
Yeah.
What have I done?
It is Garrett's turn. Garrett,
Poor magical skeleton.
The skeleton that was right in front of you just exploded in front of you with fire. Yeah.
And there's still another one like within,
one there
like,
attacking Tom Hanks. He's about 15 feet away from you.
Oh, it's
I'm
okay.
okay.
Great.
It
Yeah.
is 15 feet.
Mr. Hanks,
Yes.
I'm coming.
Oh, that would be great.
I run up to Mr. Hanks, and like as he's running, he kind of like squeezes his fist, and then kind of like from under his sleeve, this little device kind of like pops up like,
Artificers, so cool.
and it's like a series of rods, and they start like flickering with electricity, like, and he's like, and he punches the skeleton.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, roll.
11.
11, unfortunately, does not hit. We're going to
that
go
works.
straight up to Mr. Hanks.
voltage.
It's your turn.
Before I do anything, I look at Garrett and I say, "Where does he get these wonderful toys?" And then I have a question. Can I use the torch as a weapon?
You can, yeah.
Is that a strength weapon?
Yeah, it's a club, basically.
Yeah. So can I use that to attack the skeleton?
You can, yeah.
So I would like to do that, please.
Roll a
Whack the
d20.
skeleton.
So what's the math
What
on this?
was the roll you got? Just tell me.
3.
3.
There is an inspiration going.
Yeah, you could use your inspiration that you got from
go for it.
earlier if you wish. That's your choice.
Is that a waste?
There's no.
Nah, who cares?
They're there to
I
be used.
use the inspiration coin.
Now you
You
roll
don't
another
roll
one
the
and you take the
inspiration.
higher.
Isaac just dropped the inspiration
Yeah.
through the dice tower.
Come on.
The dice
5.
really don't want you
It was
to
only
do
a
this.
little bit
die is not
inspired.
As you swing wildly, you miss at the skeleton, unfortunately, as you're like, it dodges out of the way, fairly spry. Feller Hana, it is your turn.
Ryan is still, he's like, what did you say, like 60, 90 feet away?
From you, it is 25 feet.
Ryan is.
Oh, Ryan is now.
He hasn't had his
sorry.
go again yet.
He ran.
You mean
stood up
45?
Ran 45 feet. So from you, in terms of your distance, he is 35 feet in the distance.
Hair slightly disheveled and everything. I will say, get back here, boy, as I will magic missile all 3 darts to him.
And they'll automatically hit, which I love.
Yeah.
Deal your damage.
2 1s and a 2.
Okay, so that is 7 damage. Magic
7
missile.
damage. He is still up, unfortunately.
Damn.
But you do as they all hit. Ow!
Can I move towards him?
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
So, 30 feet towards keeping him in sight if I can.
You're coming up to. So basically, there's a fence. It is climbable. It'll just take up your full movement to get on the other side, unless you want to try and hop over it in your outfit. That's an athletics check.
If the
You can go over it without. That's going over it basically without penalty, I'll say.
okay, I will. I'll try hopping over it. Why
Okay,
not? If this,
yeah.
Actually, no, I'm not going to. I don't want to die.
Gotta be careful.
I'll just run over to it so I've got him in sight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, you would just stop. Unless you got on that one, then maybe a little damage. But worst case scenario,
Fuck it. Let's see what happens then. Athletics. Oh,
just in case you're worried you'll take real damage or something. I doubt it. You're hopping a fence. What'd you get?
that one.
No!
I like it recorded that I didn't use my own die. That was a mistake.
That's the one I put aside because it's garbage.
Oh no.
You take 4 points of damage.
I'll get you more.
Are you unconscious?
Yep.
No!
Bleeding
Now,
out.
did she fall unconscious on the other side of the fence?
Yes!
Oh God.
It's in that one.
Am I
Worst
not
case
impaled
scenario.
on it or something like
No,
that?
no, you fall over as you're
Damn.
like, I'm coming back here. And then
Damn it.
funk.
Hannah!
Hannah?
Suddenly thinking this neighborhood watch idea is a bad
oh my
idea.
God.
Yep,
Oh,
yep.
it's so funny.
We'll need some training.
Okay.
Let's get down.
You were just awake enough right before as you hop over to see Ryan kind of turn back like, oh,
What are you-
loser, and race off into the night. It's the skeleton's turn. It's going to try and attack. It's a 19 plus. Okay, so it hits for sure. That is 8 points halved to 4.
I
slashing
am
damage.
down.
Oh my god. No.
Let's talk about TPK.
You go unconscious. That is the end of its turn. It is Tobin's turn. Tobin. what would you like
I
to
look
do?
left, I look right, and I see fallen bodies all around me. Having lots of regrets about being an adventurer. I dash towards Lorhana, and I try to climb the fence to get to her side to give her a potion.
Okay, you would have to.
Can I
You
reach through
need-
the fence? I'm small hand.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you have 2 options here. They're both basically
Depends how big that bottle
one's
is, though.
One's either sleight of hand, and the other one is an acrobatics or athletics to get over, and you could probably make it in time.
All right, let me do.
You can choose how you want to go about it. Yeah.
I feel like I'm quite nimble, so I'm gonna do acrobatics.
Okay, go for it. The DC for this, because it is a little out of range, because you're going to kind of like leap over, is going to be a DC 17. Sleight of hand would be a DC 15.
Great, let me do sleight of hand.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Now, if I miss a sleight of hand, am I dropping the potion?
Only if you get an at 1.
All right. Okay.
Where have I heard that before?
Nat 1.
7.
7. You do manage to get your hand through, but it's too difficult to try and kind of get it to her accurately.
All right, great. I guess I pull it back up, getting ready to climb up the fence and over.
Fair point. Garrett, it's your turn.
I shout to
The
Garrett and
skeleton's
say,
still in
"Help,
front of
Mr.
you.
Hanks!"
What?
Skeleton is not looking too good in front of you.
And Garrett grabs wields his dagger again and presses the button on the hilt and takes a slash at it.
Go for it.
Yes.
And that's a natural 20.
Oh yeah! All right, describe what happens when you destroy this skeleton.
Yeah, so as he just and brings this dagger down, and that little disc that was on there, as well as it hits it kind of just that thunder damage too, as it just shatters down and clunk 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 clunk, like comical xylophone sounds as it falls to the ground.
Awesome. You still have a bonus action if you wish, and you have movement as well.
I immediately turn around to Mr. Hanks, and can I administer a potion?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I do so.
Okay, roll your 2d4, and we'll add it.
2.
So 4 points as you come back.
Oh, skeletons.
Don't worry, Mr. Hanks, I got rid of him.
Mr. Hanks, it's your turn at the top of the round. You're down on the ground.
Who's left? Willow?
No, just Feather Hana is unconscious.
They got away, Mr. Hanks.
How far away is Hannah?
From you, you're not able to make it over the fence. It's about 15 feet away from you.
And we all had one potion, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is medicine of any use here?
Yeah, you can go over and try and do a medicine check.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yes. Run over. Just roll a medicine check for me. You need above a 10 to stabilize her. What'd you
That's
get?
6.
Oh, 6. Very close. You're trying, but it's a concussion.
Stay with me.
It's Feather Hana. I need you to
Busted neck
roll.
and shaking.
Actually, we agreed for this podcast that I would roll the death saves for everybody. Okay. Next up is Tobin.
I start climbing the fence as fast as I can, get to
Yeah.
the other side, hop down, open the flask, and give it to her.
There's a brief moment before you're brought back up. This is the second time you went down. And in this brief moment, there is a flash of golden, holy light. And you hear just this kind of breathing. And then you're brought back into the world, and you see your brother over you. And you're
Wake up!
awake.
Wake up! Wake up!
And you're out of combat.
Thank God, are you okay?
Is she okay?
Get myself up. Is everyone else fine?
Are you okay?
Yep.
Yeah,
Where'd they
I'm
go?
good. I didn't get
I'm
hit at all.
gonna look at the damage and the blood and. Did anyone see where they went?
I went that way. I don't think we should chase somewhere. I don't think we're ready for this.
Shall we have a little breakout meeting? Come over, Mr. Hanks.
I think maybe you should try getting some armor. I didn't get hit at all. in that.
Noted. I'll take out a piece of paper and add it to the docket.
Give
That's a
me
good idea, Gary.
Give
Protection.
me a perception check.
Sure. 7 then.
7. It is a very easy thing, because as you get up, you find that there's something stuck to your clothing where you're on the ground, where you hopped over the fence.
Yeah. Look at what it is.
It appears to be a torn piece of scroll. And what it says is, meet up tonight after the council meeting. It'll be done. And it's signed. And the signature is a little hard to read.
Does it start with a P?
It does. It looks like it could be a pith.
Well, seems my maneuver was a little successful after all. I'll show that to you guys.
I will say, had you not fallen there, the chances of, unless you were investigating that area, would be very low.
Very low.
What did they say about gray hands?
They were talking about that they had to finish this painting thing on the wall in order to get into the gray hands. The Grey
Sort
Hand.
of initiation or hazing.
And that
perhaps?
Pith would be mad if they didn't.
Is that an organization or something that I might know about in this area?
So of all the people who might know a little bit about it, it would be you. I needed to do a history check.
His story. So 13.
13. You've seen that symbol before on neighborhoods and stuff like that. You've seen it particularly when you used to kind of visit your dad when he was at work occasionally in the mining company when he was employed.
Is there a higher concentration of it in that area?
I would say you've seen it once or twice, but the next time you saw it, it was either painted over or scratched out. You haven't heard of the Grey Hands. You haven't heard of it.
Yeah, well, as you know, the torches on the ground, lights flickering, and Garrett kind of looks up at it and he says, "I've seen that before. I think there might be a gang or something around this area."
Should we tell the town watch? It seems like a job for them.
I think so. You know, these guys are pretty dangerous.
We tried our best.
We did, but we can always get better.
At that moment, you hear the sound of bells ringing. The temple bells. The House of the Dawn, which is the temple dedicated to Lathander in Bright Gardens, the rich area of town. They don't ring the bells normally unless there's either an attack or people are told to gather in the town plaza.
It's real serious.
There's some bells. You guys hear those bells? The town bells?
That's going to be serious.
Mm-hmm. Shall we then?
What?
Tobin, do you mind if I just lean on you a bit? Sorry. So,
Of course.
Maybe we can stop by the watch on the way to the bells.
I imagine they would be there as well.
They'll
It's
be- they'll-
gathered
they'll
with
be-
the
That's
town.
logical. That's logical.
for me, as we're walking, I'm going to be quite silent, hand on Tobin, but when I can be also writing down, I'll be evaluating our, breaking down first night out. Needs work, possibly exercise more.
Yeah.
As everybody's kind of like gathering their things and getting to go, Garrett kind of moves over to the fence and puts a hand on it and just like throws up. And
I walk over and pat Garrett on the back and say, "Hey, there, buddy. It gets better. It gets better."
Thanks, Mr. Hanks.
Not everyone is leaving their homes, but you do, as you kind of file in, you see a lot of people kind of like chatting, trying to figure out what's going on. Any kind of notice of the fight you'd been in and stuff like that, it goes unnoticed as there's throngs of people gathering as you approach the town square. There in the plaza, and this plaza is quite an open, wide area, you see a number of town council members gathered on what looks like to be the dais outside of the church area. So this is a plaza that opens up to both the temple, the House of the Dawn, as well as the town square. And standing there, you see Leo von Hagen, your husband, Fellerhana. You see Crespin Ironspine, who's actually, the principal is also a representative of the town council, amongst many other ones as well.
I'll say to you guys, so I have to go play wife for a bit. I'll be right back. As I'm going to try to, with the tears in my outfit, cover it up a bit and move kind of towards the stage.
Yeah.
Where they are, sorry.
You see Marguerite, the mayor's spouse, and she's just holding back tears. You're close enough now as you're kind of making your way up. Give me a perception check.
Yeah.
Where's the mayor?
You don't see the mayor amongst them.
Perception, that is a 21.
Yeah. For 21, you see that Kadir Stilltower, who's a member of the town council, he motions for a few of the town guards to escort her into the temple. Just clearly, it's too much for her to make this kind of public address. As Errol Brightmore steps forward, he's this kind of well-coiffed human. He has a very punchable face, I would say. Bone-white hair, perfectly trimmed, and he steps forward, and he's holding an object that's giving him thaumaturgy as he's calling out to the town, and he's just calling out saying, "The Mayor Sunwood, he's dead."
What?
And that's where we will pause for this first ever episode of What's My Role, as we will pick up with our adventures in the town plaza next episode. Well, there you have it. The party has successfully stopped the trio of bullies and their summoned skeletons. But what about the mayor? How did he die? Did this Grey Hand have anything to do with it? Find out in the next episode of What's My Role? What's My Role is a proud member of the Arcane Focus Network. Don't forget to subscribe and rate us wherever podcasts are downloaded. It really does help. And be sure to tell your friends about What's My Role. See you next time.